right, man, let's talk about Detroit Pistons rumor that says that Charles Lee, Bucks assistant, New Orleans Pelicans assistant coach Jarron Collins. I mean, you had the twin brother Jason Collins, and then you had overtime elite. I didn't know he was the overtime elite head coach in the G League, and UConn National Championship head coach Kevin Ollie are three that's highest on the Pistons list to be the next head coach. So they the three most likely. From what we know, they did not interview Ime Udoka. That's what we do know. Probably was too much, especially they had a similar situation happen in the front office this offseason. Probably was too much for them to handle or go through. So I don't know much about nobody but Kevin Ollie, and Kevin Ollie seemed to be a really good head coach. And I mean, obviously coaching in college, winning the national championship and getting railroaded falsely for violations that the NCAA nor UConn never could prove, and that's why he got an $11 million settlement. Being with the overtime elite give him an opportunity to practice or teach a lot of the young kids that's coming to the league, or hopefully coming to this league, a lot of superstars. College, you got to know how to coach, call sets, beat zones. It's a slower paced game. He was a solid NBA player for many, many years, point guard that can help Jaden and Cade out with their development. You know, out of the guys that they are interviewing, that's the one that I would prefer. Like I said, I don't know what happened with Kenny Atkinson. I don't know if he was not interested in his job. He pulled out the Charlotte job last year. I don't know why they ain't interviewing Mark. Well, I know why they ain't interviewing Mark Jackson. You know, they don't whiteball Mark Jackson. But to move on, I don't know much about Jarron Collins as a coach. No, like he spent some time with the Warriors, and I think the Nets as well too. So I don't know much about him. As a player, he wasn't that good though, but that don't mean nothing. The lower caliber players make great head coaches a lot of the time. So that's what we can say. So yeah, I don't know much about him as a player. I don't know much about him as a coach, so I can't really speak on it. And then Charles Lee, don't know much about him neither. In my mind, I just think they need somebody that's young but got some experience, that's done it before. I don't think, in my Mandalorian voice, I don't think that is the way. Other than Kevin Ollie, somebody who has some experience, so I could be wrong. If you say, well, they need a young coach that grow with them, I'm not necessarily that sure that's per se true. You need somebody that know how to emphasize defense and don't have somebody on the offense that's gonna help create offense, help create great offense. They need both. The Lions are just like a big unshaped block of clay on both sides of the ball. They don't have an identity. They don't have discipline. Going around with discipline, they don't have structure. They don't have a calling card. They're not known for, being a young gun team, a young team that'll run you out the gym if you don't come prepared. They're not known for being tough and gritty and scrappy, and if we lose the game, we're going to win the fight in the parking lot. They're not known for their tenacity. They're not known for their hustle. They're not known for being prolific scorers of the basketball, great shooters. They just, right now it's a lot of untapped potential there. And it's nothing really you got to break down you got to break nothing down. The team is already broke down, so now you get to structure it however you want to structure it. Now you can structure however you want to structure the team. So that's the interesting thing about it. Now you can build this how you want to build this. And it's gonna be interesting to see, how they would build this. But defensively, that gotta be the thing. And then offensively, they gotta, you're gonna add some more parts this off season. You gotta integrate all those parts into your offense. So like I said, I don't know much about Charles Lee. I kind of been noticing him on the television or whatever in some of the Bucks games. But apparently all of them interviewed pretty well. So could be another candidate come in and steal the show. I don't know. But out of preferred names, I'd rather go with Kevin Ollie. Out of the names given, Kevin Ollie. But we have to wait and see. But you don't want to make the biggest splash. You want to make the right signing. Well, you want to make the right signing. But from a point guard perspective, Ollie would be great at helping the backcourt out. I mean, Chauncey was at one of them games the other day. Surprised they ain't trying to reach out to Chauncey and do something. But, Tom Gores don't have no connection with Pistons of the past. Yeah, he don't have any connections with Pistons of the past. And that's kind of something that the older Pistons have been complaining about or whatever. So, I mean, he doing it the way he want to do it. And it's his team. A lot of people in the city gracious that he brought the team back to the city of Detroit. So, I don't really think nobody could really complain about that. But yeah, me personally, Kevin Ollie. I'm gonna go. Like I said, I don't know nothing about the other two. Nothing about them. But if they're the right fit and they're the best fit, I mean, let it be. But pretty soon they're gonna want to come to a conclusion. And I don't know if the bigger names are interested or they not interested in the bigger names. The thing about the bigger names too is that they gonna want control over the roster. So, can Troy Weaver get somebody that's bigger than him that and help them give a lot of say-so into the roster? I think he can use the help. But he want to construct this how he want to construct it. And then once he make this coaching hire, he on the clock. His hot seat is warm. Well, it's getting warm. It's getting warm. And it's getting hotter, too. It's getting hotter. So, he make his own head coach hire. Now his ass on the clock. Hopefully he get it right. But the thing about the big names that you could be hoping for, they gonna want say so over the roster. And I'm not sure he will. I'm not sure he willing to concede that just yet, or if at all. So that is what it is. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App $CJ Good313. Venmo CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what your girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.